Hi everyone, hi Nick. It's me back with another finished journal to share with you. This one is a really big one. And actually I'm quite happy with how this one turned out. I've been kind of stress crafting last few days. My kitchen is being remodeled, so I'm kind of hiding up here in my craft room while they completely rip my kitchen apart. And I hear a lot of banging and crashing and ripping downstairs. So want to get this filmed today before they come back tomorrow morning and finish the demolition. So anyways, this is I think it's just shy of 9x6. The kit that I used is from Dreams Etc. It is called Rose Cafe. I'm pretty sure that's what it's called. The cover is more of that faux leather in this kind of off-white buff color, I guess you'd call it. Stitched all the way around it. I used the Heart Attack stitch this time. On the front I layered some of this fabric here that I found in the bottom of one of my tubs of family stuff. It's this. It's something that my mother, I think it was, I'm pretty sure it's like curtain fabric. So I'm pretty sure she had used it for some curtains at some point at her house. It might have been the master bedroom, as a matter of fact. But I'm not 100% positive. I know I didn't use it. It wasn't something that I had used, so I'm pretty sure it was something my mother had used for curtains. So I took a piece of that and then a piece of one of my vintage linen towels, and cut a piece off of that, and then I fringed them both, turned one diagonal, sewed those together. Then this is from the kit, and I shrunk it down, cut it out, and I put one of the little lace doilies under here too. Sewed all the way around that, so that's all sewn together. Then I glued it down, then I put 3 vintage buttons, and then I layered another piece of lace, and there's a vintage photo of a couple of lovely ladies, and I stitched that to the lace and glued that down. So that's the cover. On the spine is just one layer of lace, and it's this one here. I'm pretty sure I got this at Walmart. I'm pretty sure this was one of my Walmart. I'm pretty sure this is one of my Walmart laces, which I like a lot. And then this is a vintage, it's a piece of a vintage pearl, faux pearl choker. So probably belonged to my great aunt Louisa. She used to wear a lot of this, but it kind of made me think of, you know, ladies going to tea, going to a tea party, and they would put on their pearls. So that's why I put that on there. And it's just eyelet and seam binding closure, and then with a garment pin I just pinned like a teacup and saucer and a little teaspoon, and that's just pinned it's just pinned around the seam binding. There is tons of lace in this, tons of sewing, lots of lace, lots of strings, vintage photographs, vintage linens. Oh good, I can't get it open now. Here we go. I left the tails really long. This is like a whole 3-yard or whole 2-yard piece. If I can actually there we go. If I can actually untie it, we will look inside. And I get this because this room looks like Hurricane Irma has come through it, but I'm going to be stress crafting all week, so I figured I might as well not even bother to clean it up. Okay, the inside, what the heck paper stack was that? I don't remember. This is one piece of paper and I don't remember what paper stack. This was just a piece of paper that was laying around, so I just used it. And it's sewn to the leather. And I don't remember what paper stack that was. But it's pretty. It's got roses on it. And this is just a piece of wide crocheted lace that I made a pocket out of. And then I got this fringe that I tucked kind of in here just because I like it. Got that at Hobby Lobby. And I printables from Tsunami Rose for the most part. If I see something else, I'll let you know. All the lace is sewn on. It's very pink, it's very roses. I made a bunch of these layered tuck spots. I used some of these that I got from Denise's shop, and I used some of these that I've just had kicking around, and I just went to town with all sorts of little bits of Tim Holtz things, lace that I had, little scraps of lace, and I just sat there, and vintage photographs, and I just sat there at the sewing machine and I just made a whole bunch of them, sewed them all together. Oops. So I have an inventory tag here. That's some sari silk. Printables, the cut aparts, journaling cards from the kit, all stitched onto coffee dyed paper. And that's a little Tim Holtz bit. Did some corner punching with a Martha Stewart punch, and that's just some light blue parchment. And this is just paper clipped on with this great big paper clip. It's one of the tags from the kit, and this is this real soft, stretchy, ruffly trim from Denise's shop. Oops. And these paper clips are not real tight. Doily from Junk That Treasures. That's one of the Edith Holden books, the Nature Notes one, not the Country Diary one. I think all of this trim is Hobby Lobby. Did a little bit of stenciling. Scrap paper, some stationery. This little coin envelope that I got from Junk That Treasure, and I just layered all over. What did I do? Oh yeah, that. Just layered all over it. You can tuck inside it as well. That's just some Tim Holtz little bits and pieces and a tiny little bingo card that I found laying around. That is Sue Olson, Tsunami Rose, some Monopoly money, and a Tim Holtz. Oops, I'm going to have to fix that. Hang on a second. Yep, it's first thing in the morning and I haven't had any coffee. So my hands are all going stupid. This is it's part of a cutwork tea set that I got way back when I was in my, in my early 20s. My great aunt gave it to me, and it was 4 napkins, and I cut the napkin in half, and a tablecloth that went with it. And she did beautiful cut work. So that's just there. And I have this, I have to fix. It's a little stick pin that Tanya gave me, and one of the beads came off, so I've got to fix it. And I'll pin it back onto there, which is what I had done originally, but one of the beads just came off. And it's a glassine bag with some of that little pink fringe. And it's just an extra piece of paper. And pinned on the back is still a belly band from the kit, which is glued on, and then there's a little Tim Holtz paper clip, and some vintage recipes for some cookies that you might make for a tea party. Some of my brother's sheet music. This is from the kit that I just stitched around, made it into a tuck spot. There's another vintage recipe that Renee gave me, and some Tsunami Rose. These are Tsunami Rose pockets, and this journaling card from the kit. It's a dictionary. It's a fold-out oval doily from Junk That Treasure. Some vintage lined paper. And there's one of the Tim Holtz paper dolls. And I just put this paper clip on here because he was a little bit loose. This is 2 tags from the kit, and I made it into a little booklet with just some scrap paper. So you have a little, like a little list pad or something to use. That just goes in there. It's the Edith Holden calendar. It's the matte paper, and I just clipped a little tea bag on there. So it's foil bag that I got from Hobby Lobby. It's a top tuck with a Tim Holtz journaling card, and then that is Tsunami Rose postcard. Some math problems. This is some chemistry quiz, I think, of mine. It's some Tim Holtz people on a cabinet card. A altered paper clip, and this is just one of the glued together envelopes that come with the kit. Some very old embroidery patterns. It's the center of the signature. It's a Tsunami Rose envelope with the journaling card inside it. It's another tuck spot. It's a vintage postcard that Tanya gave me, and another tag from the kit. It's another one of my layered tuck spots, and that's with a vintage photograph on that one. This ephemera, and there's another envelope from the kit. I left the flap up on that one. A little banner, just stitched some lace on there, and there's a vintage photograph. A little girl on her tricycle. The other half of the foil bag. Some more map. It's a fabric pocket with a vintage photograph, and this little cardstock banner that I got at Hobby Lobby. This journaling card and this Tim Holtz. This just opens up for journaling, and I stitched the lace on there that just tucks under. And behind it is another tag from the kit, and it's some more of that roughly stretchy stuff from Denise. Fold out. Another Tsunami Rose pocket, and have this piece of ephemera. Here's another envelope from the kit, and some Tim Holtz people, photo booth people. Some more Tim Holtz paper dolls, and just paper clipped. Make sure it stays. This ephemera here, and then this piece that goes with a paper stack, which I don't see now. But got it off of Amazon. That's the other half of the napkin. Another tuck spot, this journaling space here, and 2 vintage flashcards. Another banner with this here. That's the first signature. And we have another large pocket, and we have this journaling spot, and there's 2 more tags from the kit, and I made another booklet with some scrap paper for lots of extra journal space. And I used another piece of that one napkin. Some more of my brother's music. Well, Tim Holtz people. Pink lined paper. Some pink just colored paper. Another tuck spot. That's another one of Sue Olson's dresses. And that's from the kit. Some ruffly lace from Hobby Lobby. And there's a glassine bag, and there's a mason jar in there. And this makes a tuck spot here with a Tim Holtz cabinet card and one of these floral ephemeras. And this is the tear off to, where are they? To these. That's the envelope that was in the first signature, and then it has this, and it's this part here. I got those from Sarah's shop. So I used that piece and kind of just sewed that all together with some little pieces, and that makes a little tuck spot. And some more of my chemistry. And that's a piece of Renee's tea-dyed paper. And there's another fabric pocket with a piece of vintage towel and a vintage photograph. And there's another tag from the kit. I cut a lot of these out with some decorative scissors that Judy sent me, along with a ton of other wonderful stuff. And I found these great floral bags at Hobby Lobby, and I love them. I was so excited. So I used one there. Some more of that cardstock, some more textbook. There's another vintage photograph. He's just pinned on there with a little tiny clothespin. There's some more vintage embroidery pattern. Some map. Fold out with some more Hobby Lobby fringe. There's another one of those layered price tags. With this journaling card. That's a Tim Holtz, and here's another of the vintage recipe for molasses cookies. All those recipes come out of a World War II era cookbook that I have. Makes me a little side tuck here. This is a Tsunami Rose file folder, and this is some vintage paper. Oops, nope. Edith Holden, some more tea-dyed paper. It's another banner with another tag from the kit. Some more dictionary. Some craft bag that I got at Hobby Lobby. And this paper clip. I just put it on there because I thought it was cute. And that's a Tim Holtz. And some glue. Glue strings and thread everywhere. It's another altered paper clip. The base of that is a piece from some needlepoint that I did probably 25 years ago probably. And it's just been in a box, so I just decided I'd cut it up and start using it. It's a perpetual calendar stitched onto some coffee-dyed paper. This feels really nice. It's everything's kind of crispy today because it's nice and dry. It is not humid. Hooray! 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 Turn the air conditioner off. It's another file folder. Center the signature with another envelope. All these journal cards inside it. Come on. Some book page. It's another pocket with this ephemera here and a journal card. That's the other half of the brown bag. It's another large pocket with this one. And this is another envelope from the kit. There's another perpetual calendar that I wrapped around the page. And that's just wrapped around and paper clipped on. Another layered pocket, or a little layered tuck spot with this journaling card underneath. It's another vintage photograph. It's just a little 2-button card that I glued on there just for the heck of it because it was sitting here. Some more map. Embroidery pattern. Some more tea-dyed paper, some text book. There's another tuck spot with some more vintage recipes. And this ephemera here. What's the other half of that floral bag? There's one more. There's another banner. That's Tim Holtz. Chemistry stuff. I remember nothing of. Another little Tim Holtz guy. Tag from the kit. And string. And glue. My brother's music. Another doily. Napkin. Fold out, and there's an envelope from the kit, and there's the back page. Another one of there's the other part of that lace pocket, and I just tucked some tea in there, some cinnamon tea and some pumpkin tea, both of which are very yummy. And that is it. So that's that for that big guy. This will be in the shop, Pumpkin Patch Journals. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask, and I will see you next time. Bye.